Engaged lessons for the 21st century.
You are looking at Lesson 2, percents. Now you either scanned in this QR code or punched in this button for the video. You'll notice we have again provided for you 1, 2, 3 examples, which we'll go over in a second, and show you a unique way to calculate percentages. And we've also provided for you 10 problems. You'll do the problems and place the answer right here. And we've also provided for you a working area. Now, let's start by looking at this first example. Okay, what we're going to do is put everything or place everything right here in the working area. The first one, we have the number 30, so let's write that down. And we want to know what 50% of 30 is. I know you can do this in your head, but let's see if we can do this mathematically by showing us exactly what to do. You'll notice that we have 50%. Well, your decimal point is right there. And what we want to do this time is move it 2 places to the left. Okay, so I'm going to multiply, put my little plus sign here, or times sign. We're going to multiply times 0.5 or 5/10. 5 times 0 is 0. And 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so we're going to take our decimal point now and move it 1 to the left because we have 1 here. So our answer is 15. So let's write that down right here so we know what we're doing. Okay, now let me erase this one and let's do the next one. All right, same basic idea. What we're going to do is take 60, right? And with the 60, we want to find out what is 10% of 60. Well, you can do that in your head too, and I wanted it that way because I want you to see exactly what we're doing. Here's your decimal point. Let's move it 2 places to the left. And in doing so, we are now going to have times, we'll multiply it, times 0.1. What's 1 times 0? 0. What is 1 times 6? 6. And we only have 1 decimal point, so we move it over here to the left. So our answer then is 6. So 10% of 60 is 6. Okay, let's erase this one. Okay, very good. Okay, let's look at this one. Ooh, this one's a little bit different. And that's what we wanted to show you. This is 125% of 80. Okay, let's put our 80 down here. Let's make this pretty simple. Okay, using the same logic we did before. Here's your decimal point. Now we want to make this into a decimal, move it 2 places to the left. So now it's 1.25. So we're going to multiply that 1.25. Or in essence, 1, because it's over 100%, times 25 hundredths. Let's not make this hard though. Okay, 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 8 is 40. 2 times 0 is 0. And 2 times 8 is 16. And 1 times 0 is 0. And 1 times 8 is 8. And we draw our line. Let's add these up. Bring down your 0. Bring down the 0. 6 and 4 is 10. And we have 9, 10. So, we have a large number here. However, remember we have 2 decimal points. So we take those and move it to the left. And now our answer is 100. So, what we just did here is we took 80 and we want to find out what is 125% of 80. So, we just simply move the decimal point 2 places to the left, as you can see here, multiplied it, and we find out that 100 is 125% larger than 80. Now remember over here, very simply, we want to find what the percentage was of 60. What's 10%? Well, to do that, we simply moved our decimal point 2 places again to the left, and we multiplied 60 times 0.1. And over here, we want to find out what was 50% of 30. So we took our decimal point, moved it 2 places to the left, and multiplied it times 0.5. Now, we're pretty consistent with that, so hopefully all of that made sense. Now, here's what we like to have you do. We would like to have you pause the video, wait a second, pause the video, complete the rest of these, then continue playing the video, and we will provide you with the answer. If you would, please pause the video now. Thank you. Okay, let's see if we have all the correct answers. 50% of 150. The answer is 75. Remember, all you got to do is multiply this. Take your decimal point, move it 2 places to the left. 150 times 0.5. 125% of 4. Well, that's a large one. This is different. But I wanted to give this to you so you can see you can use the same logic with any number. And your answer should have been 5. What's 25% of 100? Oh, that's an easy one, right? Cakewalk. 25. Oh, another big one. 150% of 90. Now remember, you took your decimal point, moved it to the left 2 positions, so you multiplied 90 times 1.5, and your answer was 135. What's 10% of 130? Move your decimal 2 points to the left, and your answer should have been 13. Okay, number 6, 16. 150% of 16. Remember, take your decimal point, move it always, in this case, 2 places to the left. Now the answer should have been 24. Now remember, the reason we're doing this is because sometimes you're going to come up with a number that's larger than the number you're trying to figure, or you have to figure a percentage of. In this case, 150. So you're not shocked. Or it's just going to be a simple 10%. But the same rule applies. Take your decimal point, move it 2 to the left. What's 10% of 110? You should have 11. What's 100% of 90? Whoa, boy, this one's tough. 90. Did that one on purpose too. What's 50% of 58? 29. And 150%, whoa, of 126. These should really be easy for you now. Take your decimal point, move it 2 places to the left, so you're going to multiply 126 times 1.5, and your answer is 189. Well, we hope you got all these correct, and you should know pretty much how to do all these now. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching our video.
That's all, folks.